Shocking $6,000 boost. Social Security 2025 changes for SSI, SSDI, and retirees, September 30th update. Imagine waking up to discover that your Social Security SSI or SSDI benefits could climb by thousands of dollars, while at the same time the way you receive your monthly checks is about to change forever. A surprise increase of up to $6,000 is on the table, and with September 30th, 2025 looming, millions of Americans need to prepare now. This isn't just another small update. It's a game-changing shift that could put real money back in your pocket or leave you scrambling if you're not ready. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're talking about some major updates that have the entire Social Security community buzzing. Whether you're on retirement benefits, SSI, SSDI, or survivor benefits, these changes affect millions of people, and they're happening sooner than you might expect. The headlines are already catching people's attention. A surprise boost worth as much as $6,000 for some beneficiaries, and new rules that will reshape how payments are sent starting September 30th, 2025. This is not just a small technical tweak. It's a real shift that could change the way many seniors, disabled Americans, and low-income households budget their lives. So in this video, I'm breaking it all down in plain language. We'll go over the exact changes, how the cost of living adjustment plays into this, who might see thousands of extra dollars, why the government is scrapping paper checks forever, and what you need to do right now to protect your benefits. Stick with me because there are a lot of moving parts, and by the end, you'll have a clear step-by-step plan to make sure you're not left behind. So let's start with the news that got everyone talking. Social Security and Supplemental Security income benefits are going up again thanks to the annual cost of living adjustment. For 2025, the increase is set at 2.5%. Now, some people hear that and think, oh, that's tiny, barely anything. But let's really think about what this means. If you're getting $1,000 a month in SSI, your check goes up by about $25. Doesn't sound like much, but over a year, that's $300 more in your pocket. If your monthly check is $2,000, that's $50 extra a month, which adds up to $600 a year. For people with larger benefits, say $3,000 a month, that's $75 extra each month, or $900 extra in the year. And here's where the numbers start stacking up. If you combine Social Security retirement, disability benefits, and maybe even spouse or survivor benefits, suddenly you could see thousands of extra dollars over the course of a year. Factor in back pay for those who had delayed applications or adjustments, and you're starting to see where that $6,000 headline comes from. It's not that everyone suddenly gets handed $6,000, but when you do the math on multiple streams and the COLA increase across a whole year, some people will absolutely see thousands more. On top of that, the maximum SSI amounts are shifting too. For 2025, an eligible individual can receive up to $967 per month. If you're married and both spouses are eligible, that combined benefit goes up to $1,450 a month. And for what Social Security calls an essential person, basically someone who provides critical care to an SSI recipient, the maximum payment is $484. These figures matter because they set the baseline for millions of the lowest income seniors and disabled individuals across the country. Remember, SSI isn't funded through payroll taxes like Social Security retirement. It's a federal program supported by general tax revenue, and any increase here is literally a lifeline for some households. A bump of even $20 or $30 can cover prescription copays, transportation costs, or groceries that would otherwise have to be skipped. Now, the big structural change that has some people panicked. As of September 30th, 2025, the Social Security Administration is pulling the plug on paper checks. That's right, no more checks arriving in your mailbox. After that date, all payments will be electronic, so if you're still relying on your local mail carrier to deliver your benefit each month, you absolutely must take action now. The SSA wants you to switch to direct deposit into your bank account or sign up for the Direct Express debit card, which is specifically designed for federal benefit payments. Why is this happening? The official explanation is pretty straightforward. Electronic payments are faster, more secure, and cheaper to process. Paper checks can be lost, stolen, delayed, or even forged. Every year, the government spends millions just handling the logistics of paper checks, not to mention the fraud risk. By switching everyone over to electronic payments, SSA says they'll save money, reduce theft, and ensure beneficiaries get their funds on time without interruption. But here's the kicker. If you ignore this change, if you don't set up electronic payments by the September deadline, you risk having your benefit delayed. And for most households living on Social Security or SSI, a delay of even 1 week can mean missed rent, unpaid utility bills, or food insecurity. So don't wait until the last minute. Log into your SSA account, confirm your direct deposit details, or if you don't have a bank account, request the Direct Express card. SSA has promised they'll be sending multiple reminders, both in the mail and electronically, but it's on you to make the switch. Don't fall for scams either. Fraudsters will try to take advantage of this transition by calling people and pretending to be from the SSA. Remember this rule. SSA will never call you demanding personal information or asking you to pay a fee to set up direct deposit. If you get one of those calls, hang up immediately. Only trust official SSA letters or the official SSA.gov website. And now let's talk about the real-world impact of these changes, because the numbers tell a big story. Imagine a retiree receiving $2,500 a month in Social Security benefits. With the COLA increase, that check goes up to $2,562. Over a year, that's an extra $744. If that retiree also qualifies for a spousal benefit of $800, that increases by another $20 per month, or $240 per year. Add them together and you've got nearly $1,000 extra across 2025. Now imagine that same household also receives SSI to supplement their income because they have limited resources. At $967 a month, they're pulling in another $11,604 a year. With COLA and the new max levels, the combined increases could very easily tip them over the $6,000 mark in terms of extra income when you tally everything up, especially if they had any retroactive adjustments or back payments owed. That's the kind of real money that can pay for a used car, cover several months of rent, or take care of a year's worth of utility bills. And here's another important dimension: SSDI beneficiaries. Social Security disability insurance is often misunderstood, but it's a critical part of the safety net. For people who've worked and paid into Social Security but later become disabled, SSDI provides income support. These payments also get the COLA increase. But here's the nuance. SSDI has strict rules about how much you can earn from work while still collecting benefits. Every year, those earnings thresholds are updated, and in 2025, they've been raised again. That means people who want to test the waters by working part-time or picking up a side gig can earn a little more before it starts cutting into their SSDI. That's a positive development because it encourages people to try re-entering the workforce without the fear of instantly losing all their benefits. At the same time, policymakers are debating changes to disability eligibility rules, and some of those proposals are controversial. There's concern that tightening the definition of disability could block hundreds of thousands of people from qualifying. Nothing is final yet, but it's something to watch closely. If you're on SSDI, staying up to date with these changes isn't optional. It's critical for your financial survival. Let's also not forget about survivor benefits. Widows, widowers, and dependents of deceased workers rely on these payments, and yes, they too are subject to COLA. A widow receiving $1,500 a month will see that bump to about $1,537. That might not sound dramatic, but over the course of the year it adds up to over $400. Pair that with any other benefit she might be eligible for, and once again, you start seeing how these incremental increases add up to thousands. And that wraps up today's update on the surprise Social Security increase and the huge changes coming this September. Remember, While not everyone will see the full $6,000, these adjustments can still mean real money in your pocket. Money that can cover bills, groceries, or medical costs. Don't wait until the last minute to prepare. Make sure your payment method is set, your information is current, and you know exactly what to expect when these changes roll out. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future updates on Social Security, SSI, and SSDI. Share this with family or friends who need to hear it, because staying informed is the best way to protect your benefits. Thanks for watching, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you in the next one.